The universe has something deeply meaningful to share with you today, something you've perhaps felt within, though haven't fully understood yet. Take a moment and listen carefully. There's wisdom in the silence around you, a gentle invitation urging you to pause, reflect, and open your heart to a truth that is patiently awaiting your recognition. It's time to understand what's quietly unfolding behind the scenes of your life. In your thoughts right now is someone whose inner world is tangled with uncertainty. This person finds themselves torn between two powerful yet conflicting desires. On one side, they yearn to step away entirely from everything that transpired between you both. The intensity and heaviness of your connection weigh on them deeply, sometimes making them feel overwhelmed and emotionally drained. It's as if every interaction you've shared left a profound mark, both exhilarating and exhausting at once. And yet, on the other side, the greater part of their soul fiercely refuses to let go. Their reluctance to release you isn't just rooted in personal attachment or nostalgia. It's something deeper, something more mysterious, something orchestrated by forces greater than themselves. The universe, gently but decisively, won't permit this connection to fade away quietly. You might wonder why, amidst such intensity, distance and silence are part of your shared story. Yet this quietness is deliberate, a crucial stage orchestrated to allow growth and healing, even if it appears painful or unjust. Think back to those first moments of connection. Your conversations weren't ordinary, they were transformative, sparking an immediate recognition between two intuitive souls. It was as if your words ignited a flame, one that reshaped the way this person understood what love, care, and meaningful interaction could genuinely feel like. Through the simplest exchanges, be it playful teasing, sharing favorite songs, or exchanging meaningful photographs, you left a lasting impression on their heart, deeper than perhaps you fully realize. Sometimes, even when they're surrounded by friends, family, or colleagues, their thoughts wander back to you. Perhaps they're listening to a familiar song, glancing at the stars late at night, or simply immersed in mundane tasks, when suddenly your voice echoes clearly through their memory. They can't seem to escape the subtle reminders that surround them. Your words, gestures, and the unique way you showed affection linger persistently, reshaping their standards of happiness and connection. Interestingly, there is a striking paradox within your connection. On the surface, you and this person seem vastly different, almost opposites in several ways. Yet beneath these differences lies a reflection, each mirroring the other's hidden truths and deepest vulnerabilities. You have unconsciously become mirrors for one another, highlighting both your distinctness and striking similarities simultaneously. This mirror-like dynamic, though intriguing, has also been emotionally demanding, sometimes overwhelming. Because the intensity between you is undeniable, this individual struggles profoundly. The emotional weight of your connection feels heavy, even daunting at times, compelling them to retreat temporarily into silence or emotional distance. Yet despite the exhaustion and uncertainty, the quiet spaces between you serve a purpose. Right now, the universe is guiding both of you toward individual growth, gently teaching you about patience, acceptance, and resilience in solitude. There's something beautifully human about their behavior that you might recognize in yourself as well. During ordinary moments, like social gatherings or casual outings with friends, their mind wanders toward daydreams of life by your side. They quietly fantasize about a shared future, a future that doesn't necessarily follow the traditional expectations like marriage, but still, they vividly imagine a life intertwined with yours, filled with simple joys like walking hand in hand, sharing laughter, or enjoying everyday adventures. Often, this person catches themselves feeling as though the vibrancy of life diminishes without you present. The ordinary moments seem duller, less exciting, and less meaningful. Memories resurface spontaneously, reminding them of conversations you shared, your subtle humor, and the unique ability you have to infuse laughter and lightness into mundane experiences. Your absence leaves an unmistakable void, an emptiness they sometimes struggle to explain even to themselves. This connection goes far beyond typical attraction or romantic longing. It resonates on a soul level. Both of you sense intuitively that there's something rare and precious about what you share. You're not alone in your experiences of dreaming about this person or fantasizing about them. These thoughts and feelings flow naturally and powerfully between you. Even though physical separation or emotional barriers currently exist, the spiritual bond persists strongly, reassuring you that distance or silence doesn't diminish true intimacy. This period of physical and emotional separation feels profoundly unfair, even frustrating at times. You may question why the universe allows such intense feelings to coexist with physical or communicative distance. Yet, consider this phase as an essential stage of spiritual preparation. The universe is allowing each of you space to grow independently, fostering resilience and inner strength that will later enrich your reconnection. Right now, you're both learning an essential truth: genuine intimacy requires authenticity. For this person especially, this moment is about embracing discomfort, learning to be fully themselves without hiding behind masks or pleasing others. It's challenging, but through solitude and reflection, they're gradually discovering peace within themselves. As they navigate this internal journey, the universe gently reassures you. Despite the apparent separation, your bond remains strong, quietly alive beneath the surface. Even if physical communication feels difficult or impossible at this moment, trust that the universe maintains your connection intact. There's a hidden but powerful assurance. No distance, silence, or separation is ever strong enough to truly disconnect two souls meant to share this unique bond. In due time, clarity will arrive, accompanied by an understanding of why this space was needed. While this chapter may feel emotionally heavy, know that the universe is holding you gently, guiding both of you toward the exact place you're meant to be together, but stronger and wiser than ever before. If you pause to truly listen, the universe often communicates through silence, a subtle, comforting silence that wraps around your heart like a familiar blanket. Right now, within this gentle quiet, lies an important message about the invisible bond connecting you and that special someone. Even though you're physically apart, your hearts remain deeply intertwined, echoing thoughts, memories, and feelings back and forth effortlessly, silently speaking truths neither of you fully articulate aloud. This person, whose presence lingers persistently in your thoughts, is wrestling with more than just the dilemma of separation. They are grappling with an identity shaped and reshaped by your unique connection. It's not merely about missing your conversations or the ease of being understood. It runs deeper. You've awakened something fundamental within them, a deeper sense of self-awareness, urging them to become who they truly are beneath all facades they've worn to feel accepted. Yet facing this truth, this radical honesty about who they are becoming, can be uncomfortable, even frightening. At times, they've wondered if holding onto your image so tightly has become a burden rather than comfort. Yet, each attempt to detach feels unnatural, like trying to deny a fundamental aspect of themselves. This tug-of-war creates an internal conflict that permeates their everyday life. They want desperately to move forward, yet their heart resists fiercely, holding onto memories of you like precious fragments of an unfinished story they can't bear to let fade away. It's not just about nostalgia or loneliness. It runs deeper, anchored by synchronicities you both sense intuitively. Perhaps they've stood beneath the moonlight, reluctant to admit to themselves how often they imagine you gazing up at that very same sky. Yes, they acknowledge how cliched it might seem, this quiet, simultaneous gaze toward the stars, but despite their initial skepticism, they surrender to this ritual. It's comforting, somehow, to believe you might be looking upward too, holding onto the quiet possibility that your thoughts are synchronized in that silent communion. Sometimes, while surrounded by others, friends laughing over dinner or couples sharing affection, they drift into their internal world. Their mind escapes, traveling effortlessly into imagined scenarios where life with you unfolds seamlessly, with simple pleasures, preparing dinner together, casual strolls through unfamiliar streets, sharing inside jokes that no one else could possibly grasp. For them, your presence is no mere distraction. It feels like a crucial ingredient that elevates their existence, adding vibrancy and meaning to otherwise mundane moments. Your conversations, in particular, haunt them pleasantly. Your unique choice of words, your subtle humor, and your insightful observations made ordinary interactions unforgettable. Each shared laugh, each fleeting moment of vulnerability, each late-night dialogue underlined something precious and rare, cementing your place in their heart. They didn't merely feel valued by you, they felt profoundly seen, perhaps for the first time in their lives. And now, in your absence, their world feels noticeably quieter, tinged by an intangible sadness. However, it's precisely in this quiet space of longing and reflection that the universe's plan becomes clearer. Right now, the universe is guiding this person through a transformative period of inner discovery. They must first learn to find comfort in their own presence before reuniting with yours. You see, their discomfort isn't simply about the distance between you. It's rooted deeper, connected to their struggle to embrace their true self. They are being called, gently yet firmly, to confront insecurities, heal old wounds, and shed lingering fears that keep them from fully showing up authentically in their life, and eventually in yours. From your perspective, this silence may feel unjust, almost cruel. Why must two souls, so evidently meant to share their paths, endure such a prolonged separation? Yet, the universe gently reminds you that every delay, every interruption, and every disappointment serves a higher purpose. This pause isn't a punishment, it's a preparation. When your paths inevitably merge again, both of you will possess the emotional maturity, resilience, and clarity necessary to sustain a lasting and profound union. Still, your connection is unmistakably profound. It transcends ordinary emotional or physical attraction. You mirror each other's hidden truths, reflecting qualities and vulnerabilities that remain invisible to everyone else. Despite surface differences, your spirits recognize each other, and this recognition creates an almost magnetic pull. It's not obsession or simple infatuation. Rather, it's an intuitive knowing, a silent understanding that your souls are connected on a deeper, more universal level. It's important you recognize something critical. Just as they find themselves drifting into fantasies of you, imagining traveling to your city and arriving unannounced at your doorstep, heart pounding with excitement, you too share these visions. They are not isolated in their dreaming. Your dreams intertwine, fueling a continuous exchange of thoughts and emotions that defy logic and transcend physical boundaries. The universe is quietly orchestrating these daydreams, using them to remind you both of the bond that cannot be broken by mere distance. Trust deeply in the universe's timing. While the ache of separation is real, it serves to deepen your eventual reunion. Embrace this silence, knowing it holds within it the seeds of profound growth and eventual reconciliation. The universe has not forgotten you. Instead, it's quietly arranging circumstances to align perfectly when the moment arrives to speak, to reconnect, and to finally step forward openly. Take a moment now to breathe, allowing yourself to acknowledge the quiet whispers the universe sends through your intuition. Rest assured, everything unfolding now is leading to a deeper understanding and a renewed connection far stronger than before. Continue your journey, Navigating the subtle yet powerful echoes of this connection, understand clearly that distance isn't punishment. It's preparation, carefully orchestrated by the universe. Both of you are moving through individual transformations designed specifically to ensure that when you finally reunite, the bond will be solidified by strength, maturity, and self-awareness. You see, the universe understands something you might overlook. Love isn't enough on its own. Love requires readiness. Perhaps you've wondered why everything about this relationship feels uniquely intense. It's because your connection isn't superficial. It's rooted deeply at the soul level, built upon layers of emotional transparency and spiritual intimacy you rarely find elsewhere. Your bond defies simple explanations or rational logic, even defying the usual rhythm of everyday relationships. This is precisely why you find yourselves repeatedly drawn back into thoughts of each other, no matter how diligently you try to move on. This person constantly revisits your past interactions, not merely out of nostalgia, but because each memory has left a profound impression. They've saved photos or messages, reliving conversations that altered their perspectives, changed their standards, and made them feel authentically understood. Your words did more than charm or amuse. They resonated deeply, teaching them lessons about respect, openness, and emotional honesty. Because of your influence, their definition of meaningful connection has permanently changed. In fact, your presence in their life wasn't accidental or random. On some deeper level, they intentionally called you forth, perhaps unconsciously, during quiet moments of introspection, gazing at the stars, wishing silently for someone to appear who truly saw them, accepted them, understood their complexities without judgment. You embodied that wish in every conversation and interaction. You arrived in their life not simply as a romantic interest, but as a profound catalyst for self-discovery. Yet accepting this truth is challenging, even unsettling at times. Your differences, both profound and superficial, initially appeared as obstacles. But the universe designed your contrasts intentionally. Through navigating these differences, you've both become more aware of your true selves. Where once there was confusion, now there is clarity emerging slowly but powerfully. Your words, your interactions, and your shared vulnerability sparked a deep emotional growth, teaching them valuable lessons about their own worth and how deeply they deserve to be loved. Occasionally, they feel burdened by how powerfully you've impacted them. They've questioned their ability to truly move forward without your presence in their lives, feeling a persistent sense of emptiness when you're not near. Simple, everyday moments, once joyful or at least bearable, now feel incomplete without your laughter, your warmth, and your unique perspective that somehow makes life more vibrant. Ordinary routines, work, friendships, even casual social interactions often remind them of what's missing, creating a silent ache in their chest. Yet the universe gently reminds both of you that this longing is purposeful. It's meant to trigger healing, prompting each of you to face inner shadows, insecurities, and fears that previously stood unnoticed in the corners of your hearts. This time apart isn't wasted, it's sacred. In this silence, you're gaining emotional maturity and strength necessary to handle the powerful intensity of your eventual reunion. After all, an intense love demands emotional resilience and stability from both partners. At times, you might question whether the connection is even real or sustainable. You wonder, perhaps anxiously, if you're imagining this intensity or if the person you think about still holds you in their thoughts. Your intuition already knows the truth. The emotional bond remains incredibly strong. They continue thinking of you, vividly recalling the impact you've had on their understanding of love, relationships, and emotional intimacy. Even their imagination frequently drifts into visions of a life together, a shared existence of simple pleasures, deep conversations, and mutual appreciation. The universe reassures you that these feelings are mutual. The emotional intensity is mirrored, creating a cycle of mutual longing. Even when silence prevails externally, within the invisible realm of thoughts and dreams, your conversations continue uninterrupted. This silent communication serves a significant purpose, ensuring neither of you completely lets go. You're both held in this gentle tension, guiding you through the necessary process of internal growth. Understand this clearly. Their apparent hesitation or a lack of communication isn't rejection. It's an internal struggle, an inner conflict they're currently navigating, aiming ultimately for self-acceptance. They're diligently learning to embrace authenticity, shedding layers of pretense they've worn to navigate life's complexities safely. It's precisely this inner process of authenticity that makes your eventual reconnection even more meaningful. When you do speak again, you'll meet not as the same people who initially separated, but as evolved individuals, ready to connect authentically and deeply. So right now, in this quiet moment of separation, the universe encourages you to find peace. Allow yourself to trust deeply in the unfolding of events, even if it's currently painful or frustrating. This temporary silence is not merely waiting. It's preparation for the greater clarity and renewed connection awaiting ahead. Take comfort knowing the bond you share isn't weakening. It's quietly strengthening beneath the surface. Both your souls are evolving beautifully, becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable of sustaining the powerful energy you share. The next step in your journey is already quietly taking shape, guided by a wisdom far deeper than either of you can fully comprehend. This momentary separation, therefore, isn't punishment or cruelty. It's a compassionate space, lovingly orchestrated by the universe itself, ensuring that your reunion, when it finally arrives, will be rich, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. Perfido, avancando agora diretamente para o capítulo 4, dando continuidade natural à narrativa já desenvolvida anteriormente. Now, as the universe gently guides each of you through separate paths, there's a deeper purpose at work, one that transcends mere romance or temporary attraction. Both of you have been quietly called upon to learn the essential skill of truly being yourselves, unguarded and authentic. The temporary silence and physical separation, though painful, have become necessary classrooms, preparing you for an even deeper, more meaningful reunion. Throughout this journey of growth and distance, you've likely experienced moments of doubt, wondering whether this powerful connection was even mutual. You've probably questioned if you were alone in these persistent feelings, anxiously replaying memories and conversations, sometimes fearful that you've held on to hope alone. Yet the universe reassures you, quietly and consistently, that this connection isn't one-sided. Your thoughts, dreams, and emotions are mirrors reflecting an equally intense inner struggle within this other person's heart. Consider how often your thoughts drift to small, seemingly insignificant moments shared between you. Perhaps it was a phrase they used casually, something humorous that unexpectedly lifted your spirits, or an exchange of glances that spoke more clearly than words ever could. These subtle interactions, which may have seemed fleeting at the time, now hold surprising power, replaying themselves clearly in your memory. Understand that this phenomenon is mutual. The other person frequently returns to these moments too, reflecting on conversations, replaying your voice, recalling your laughter, and marveling at the ease with which you both connected so naturally. For them, your words weren't merely pleasant interactions or ordinary flirtations. They represented a new standard in emotional intimacy and genuine connection. You unknowingly set a benchmark in their heart, raising their expectations about how deeply one can feel loved, valued, and understood. Even now, separated by circumstances, they find themselves measuring other interactions against the authenticity they experienced with you. The absence of your voice, Your unique sense of humor and the vibrant energy you brought into their life has left a subtle yet persistent emptiness, coloring their daily experiences with muted tones of dissatisfaction. At the same time, they grapple internally with the paradox of moving forward. How can one let go of someone who, even without physical presence, has become woven into their very being? They've questioned repeatedly why the universe would orchestrate such profound emotional connection only to impose distance and separation. Yet, the deeper wisdom here is that both of you needed space to heal old wounds, shed previous insecurities, and nurture individual strength. Without this interval, neither of you would be ready for the intensity of what lies ahead. Even amidst doubt, frustration, or loneliness, the invisible dialogue between your souls has persisted, speaking truths neither of you dare yet express openly. There's a secret understanding shared in moments of quiet reflection under the same moonlit sky. Both of you have acknowledged privately, perhaps even reluctantly, that this silent conversation isn't imaginary. It's real, valid, and profoundly transformative. You're both learning to honor these internal truths, building the emotional courage to eventually vocalize them clearly when the moment is right. In fact, the universe hints subtly at the certainty of future reconnection through the synchronicities you experience. Psalms that remind you of each other unexpectedly play at meaningful times. Dreams bring vivid reunions that leave lasting impressions, and spontaneous reminders of your bond appear in the most mundane moments. These occurrences aren't mere coincidences. They're gentle confirmations from the universe, quiet nudges urging both of you to remain open-hearted, trusting, and patient. Yet the path toward reconnection isn't meant to be rushed. The universe knows intimately that true, lasting relationships must withstand periods of discomfort and uncertainty. This temporary separation, however painful or frustrating, is a profound act of compassion. By enduring it, both of you are cultivating emotional strength, authenticity, and deeper self-awareness, qualities essential to nurturing the powerful bond you share. There's an important, unseen dialogue unfolding in the silence between you, teaching you about vulnerability and emotional independence. This separation has pushed both of you toward becoming stronger, more resilient versions of yourselves. It has inspired introspection, forcing each of you to confront and gradually release old emotional wounds. You've both quietly begun this internal cleansing, creating space within your hearts for an even richer, more balanced love. While this person might seem silent, distant, or even emotionally unreachable right now, the universe gently assures you that they're working through significant personal barriers. They're actively learning how to trust themselves fully again, finding their inner peace before they can truly share their heart with you. This internal work demands courage, honesty, and patience, qualities the universe is also quietly cultivating in you. Both of you are growing stronger separately, preparing yourselves for the powerful energy of eventual reunion. You might feel exhausted or impatient at times, questioning whether this waiting is even worth it. Yet your intuition repeatedly whispers reassurance. This connection is rare, precious, and utterly genuine. It isn't about superficial attraction or fleeting romantic desire. Instead, it's about profound spiritual growth, mutual healing, and authentic intimacy. Know this with certainty. Even during silence, you remain the center of their thoughts and desires. This temporary separation hasn't diminished their emotional bond. It has intensified it, highlighting just how irreplaceable your presence is in their life. In truth, you are never far from their heart, their mind, or their daily dreams. Trust this quiet phase. Allow the silence between you to teach essential lessons in patience, authenticity, and unconditional love. The universe gently assures you that when this person finally reappears ready, clear, and honest, both of you will recognize immediately why the waiting was essential. Your eventual reconnection will not only feel deeply fulfilling, but will also bring a clarity and joy you've long awaited. In the meantime, rest assured that you're not forgotten or overlooked. Rather, you are deeply loved, constantly thought of, and silently cherished. Keep your heart open, your mind calm, and your spirit receptive. The universe is actively preparing both of you for a moment of profound reconnection, clarity, and shared joy. After navigating the complexities of separation, confusion, and inner growth, the universe gently signals that your paths are finally converging again. This reunion, long anticipated and quietly orchestrated behind the scenes, arrives not by chance, but by design. It emerges naturally, not forced or rushed, but precisely when both your hearts have truly learned the lessons necessary for a new beginning. The person you've held silently in your heart is beginning to feel ready, not just to reconnect, but to do so openly, vulnerably, and with complete honesty. This readiness isn't superficial. It comes after deep introspection, self-discovery, and inner healing. It emerges from the courage to finally accept themselves fully, flaws, fears, hopes, and all. Now, this newfound clarity brings with it an eagerness mixed with nerves. When they approach, it will be as someone transformed by the very connection they've once questioned, doubted, and struggled against. When this conversation finally unfolds, know that it will shift everything you've known up until this moment. It won't just be another exchange of words or feelings. It will signal a profound turning point, initiating a chapter built on mutual understanding, respect, and genuine love. The universe has been guiding both of you toward this precise intersection, patiently orchestrating your steps until you are both strong enough to embrace it. At first, your conversation might feel delicate, even slightly awkward, perhaps filled with nervous laughter, trembling voices, and hesitant smiles. Yet beneath this initial tension will lie a comforting clarity, as if both of you can finally exhale after holding your breath for far too long. Every word exchanged will confirm something your hearts already knew. Your connection never truly faded. It merely waited, patiently and quietly, for this precise moment. This reunion is about authenticity. It's about finally removing the barriers you've both placed around yourselves to feel safe. Each of you has struggled separately to trust your instincts, to honor your emotional truths, and to fully embrace vulnerability without fear of rejection or judgment. Now, as you meet again, you'll find ease in sharing your most honest thoughts, dreams, and desires. The conversations that unfold will echo those initial magical interactions, yet will now carry a depth of maturity, shaped by the lessons learned during your separation. At first, nervousness and excitement might blend, creating a sense of anticipation mixed with anxiety. They might appear eager yet uncertain, anxious about revealing how deeply they've continued to feel your presence. You too might feel uncertain, worried if your feelings are reciprocated as strongly as you've imagined. But the universe gently reassures you both. This conversation, this reconnection, is exactly what's meant to happen. It's not only natural but necessary, bringing clarity, peace, and emotional relief after a prolonged period of longing. You will likely find yourselves discussing shared dreams, visions of quiet afternoons spent side by side, ordinary yet deeply fulfilling moments like leisurely walks, quiet dinners, and laughter that seems to heal old wounds effortlessly. These images, previously held quietly within your separate imaginations, will finally find a voice. You will recognize, in each other's eyes, a truth that neither of you ever truly let go, the undeniable fact that your souls sought and found each other, even in silence. Perhaps you'll find yourselves laughing at the coincidences that guided your paths separately, only now clearly recognizing that those coincidences weren't random. Every seemingly insignificant detail, the moonlit nights spent simultaneously gazing upward, Those inexplicable dreams that felt vivid and real were carefully placed signals from the universe, reassuring both of you that this reunion was inevitable. Understand this clearly. Every challenging moment of separation, confusion, or silence was never meant to punish or harm you. Instead, these moments were invitations from the universe, prompting growth, resilience, and emotional strength. Now, standing together at the threshold of this new beginning, both of you possess greater clarity, compassion, and maturity. Your reunion is precisely timed, perfectly orchestrated to ensure the powerful love between you can flourish without fear or hesitation. The universe gently reminds you that although intensity will always be part of your connection, you've now learned how to manage and embrace it without feeling overwhelmed or confused. The space you've been given has gifted you both clarity, self-awareness, and emotional maturity, qualities essential for maintaining a love as rare and powerful as yours. Now, as you prepare to step into this new phase, remember this simple truth. Genuine love never truly fades. It only transforms, deepens, and evolves. Your journey of temporary separation was necessary, and your reunion is not just a continuation, but a new beginning, a profound homecoming to each other, guided with gentle yet purposeful hands by the universe itself. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for everything experienced along this journey. This person, like you, now recognizes how rare, beautiful, and transformative your connection truly is. They're ready to express not only gratitude for your patience and understanding, but also their sincere desire to create a meaningful future together. This story, your shared story, isn't simply about romantic longing. It's about two souls who've grown individually, healed silently, and who now, finally, feel ready to openly embrace each other once again. Your journey teaches something invaluable, that the universe, even amidst apparent silence, is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating precisely the experiences necessary to guide you toward authentic happiness and true intimacy. As you step forward, trust the universe fully. You've both waited patiently for this moment, dreaming separately yet together, connected beneath the same quiet moonlight. And now, finally, it's time. Welcome each other openly, honestly, and fearlessly, because from this moment forward, you're home again in each other's hearts. If this message resonated deeply with your heart, share your thoughts below by commenting, "I love you." Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Your presence here is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being part of this journey. See you in the next video.